The main takeaway from Texas's primary, Republicans are energized heading into the November midterms. Numbers from the Secretary of State's office show roughly 900,000 more Republicans cast ballots compared to Democrats. Overall turnout was also high. More people voted in the primary than in the 2018 midterm. Impressive, given that thousands of vote-by-mail applications and ballots were rejected in the weeks leading up to the vote for failing to meet new ID requirements, part of the many new rules enacted in the wake of the 2020 elections.
I think most people look at Donald Trump and his claims about rigged elections and think that was the beginning of this push to add new election laws. But honestly, in many states, Republicans and Republican legislatures have been talking about and acting on the notion of widespread voter fraud for at least a decade.
New ID requirements weren't the only thing sowing confusion on Election Day. Disability activists like Nancy CROWTHER were concerned that caregivers who help them cast their ballots could run afoul of new voter assistance rules, potentially facing criminal charges.
Why vote if they're going to be that intimidating?
In the state's largest county, which includes Houston, results from the March 1st primaries were delayed. Damaged ballot sheets were the main culprit. New rules requiring each spoiled ballot be registered, causing a backup. Proponents of the new rules say they're necessary to protect the integrity of America's democracy.
People in America have lost faith in their elections, in the outcome, and we have to resolve that issue.
For the record, there was no widespread fraud in the 2020 elections, here in Texas or elsewhere. But that hasn't stopped at least 19 states from passing new, more restrictive voting laws, mostly by Republican-controlled state legislatures. Joshua Blank from the Texas Politics Project says that unless a race is very close, voting laws usually have minimal impact on the results. The bigger concern, he says, is how these laws impact voters' perception of democracy.
We're going to see decreased trust in democracy, decreased trust in the results, and all of the negative politics that falls out of that and the legitimacy problems that creates. So it already is a problem, whether or not it actually ends up impacting the results.
Potentially driving a deeper wedge between Americans as the country heads into a crucial election season. Toni, Waterman, CGTN, Austin, Texas.